let's talk about the hocus pocus on Lyft's 70/30 split.
Okay, I want you to guys focus on this really, really carefully, okay? And I need your help with this one. Okay, folks? So pay attention to these two screenshots. August 12th trip, 6:14 a.m. scheduled trip. So this driver, so with Lyft specifically, you guys know about the 70/30 hocus pocus, right? Okay, I've been calling hocus pocus on this, Chris, from the first day it started. Because even if you're below 70/30 after external expenses, which is a number that could be played with any way they choose to do, because we don't know what's in it. Well, they say it's commercial insurance and city taxes and this and that. I get it, but the number is interchangeable, that line item anyway. So long story short, this driver did a trip, Chris, okay? So the passenger payment was $58.98. Estimated external fees were negative $4.62. Estimated Lyft fee was $32.71. Okie dokie. Now you have to put your thinking hat on. And $11.80 was the tip, which is included in the $58.98. Okie dokie. And the driver made $33.45, which is good trip, right? I mean, I'm not sure. It's a 40-minute trip if you include P2, P3. 40 minutes, $33, pretty good deal. I would say it's a good deal. And 20 without the tip, not a good deal, but with the tip, good deal. So then he was like futzing around in the app. After that, he went back into his app and pulled up the same trip. Chris, do you see the numbers? Do you see the external fee numbers and estimated Lyft fee?
Oh yeah.
So what happened?
That's a little bit of a change there.
Well, that goes back to the
payment's still there.
Yeah.
Your earnings is still there properly, but I
It
love
is.
how the
Everything is the
external
same
fees
except
and the
those
Lyft
numbers
fee
just got
completely changed.
finagled with.
Huh. So for those who are just listening right now, as Sergio said, the original receipt showed Lyft's external fees at negative 462 and Lyft's fee at negative 3271. But then, a little bit later, it shows the same external fee. Instead of 462, it's now 1649, and the Lyft fee went from 3271 to 2084.
Okay, so let me explain this to you guys. So 58.98. Okay, you take the 11.80 out, the tip, which is the driver's. Somebody said they stole his tip. No, they did not steal his tip. Tip is still there. What I'm trying to explain is that if you look at the first screenshot, Chris, 462 external fees and 3271. After external fees, Lyft has to pay this driver back to bring it to 70/30 at the end of the week. Okay. Well, then what they did is they did a little bit of a hocus pocus. They increased the external fees by 4x to lower the estimated Lyft fee to fit into that 70/30. Because if they had not done that, on this trip, Lyft would have owed the driver a bunch of money for just this specific trip. So if this driver only did this single trip the whole week, Lyft, to bring it back to 70/30 split after external expenses, would have owed the driver a whole bunch of money for this trip. Well, what they did is they went in and increased the external fees by 4x, just about 4 times, to lower the estimated Lyft fee to a point that the 70/30 split comes into play and nothing changes. So if this does not prove, you folks, okay, so this is what I need your help. I need all the screenshots I can get. I need a lot of these screenshots just like this, okay? What I need is you go in, you finish a Lyft trip, take a screenshot of this receipt right here on the left-hand side, tip or no tip, doesn't matter. And then go back in about 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, keep looking at it to see if your external fees and estimated Lyft fee changed. If it changed to the point that Lyft is doing it in a manner that they don't owe you the 70/30 difference at the end of the week, okay? Why, first of all, can you think of one reason why external fees went from 462 to 1649 and estimated Lyft fee went from 3271 to 2084?
Because they wanted to fudge the numbers, so then you wouldn't have to worry about the external fee and the fee 70/30 split. That is the literal only thing that comes to mind.
I don't know. I am going to send this to Lyft. I'm sure you're watching. I'm going to send this to you guys. I need an explanation for this. This should not be going on. These numbers should not be changing at all. In fact, at all. Because nothing else changed. His trip 2165 was the same. Because if you add 2165 to 1180, it's 3345. So that didn't change. Rider pay did not change. But I've been saying from the first day, those two line items, external fees and estimated Lyft fee, are interchangeable. When one is very low, the other one is very high. When one is very high, the other one is very low. And in this case, that's exactly what happened. But these numbers should not change after the trip is over, Lyft. This proves, to me, this proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that you guys are fudging the numbers after the trip is over. The trip is over. It's done. You guys owe, according to the left-hand screenshot, you guys owe an extra $10 to this driver under 70/30. By fudging the numbers to the right-hand screenshot, you guys don't owe that driver that extra $10 under 70/30. Now, Lyft may say, but Serge, at the end of the week, if he did 50 trips, they're all going to match and the 70/30 are going to be honored. Well, in this one, he just got stiffed by $11 by fudging the numbers or changing the numbers. And correct me if I'm wrong, Lyft. This is not kosher. This should not happen. So, folks, however hundreds of you are here, send me these types of screenshots. I want to create a folder with this type of change. It doesn't have to be this drastic. This is very drastic. And when I first looked at it, I even went back to the driver. I go, wait a minute. I go, what happened here? Like, why did the numbers change? He goes, I don't know. 1 minute I was looking at it. After the trip, I looked at it. I was happy with my tip. And then he, though, kind of hinted that, this is what they're doing, not to pay the 70/30. And it makes sense. If this was a single trip that this driver did this week, Lyft would have owed, on top of the 33, Lyft would have owed under 70/30 an extra $10 to this driver. No, it's no buts about it. But with the right-hand screenshot, Lyft doesn't owe that extra $10.
One thing I always say is work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, then you may be working harder. So let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, and project your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download Solo and begin to work smarter, not harder today. Link is in the description. All right, let's get back to it.
Send me all the screenshots you guys want. All of it. I don't care how many hundreds I receive. Just look at this. Look at your trip. 5-10 minutes later, go look at it again. Even if the number changes by pennies, send it to me. It's not supposed to do that. It is not supposed to do that. Okay? So there you go. Hocus pocus. Take another shot on me.
Well, yeah, that was when I saw that, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, I have no idea why any of the numbers would change after that. They should be exactly as is.
Well,
there's literally
not to pay the driver the extra $10.
Yeah,
because there's a 70/30 rule, right? Okay, I can sit here and do the math all day. I did the math already, but out of 58.98, if I take 1180, you're left with 47.18. Okay, well, 47.18 minus the 462 is about $43. Well, Lyft in this case, out of 43, they took literally 60%, 65%. So now Lyft has to honor 70/30. Out of 43, the driver has to make 28, and Lyft has to make about 15, let's say, with the 70/30 split after external expenses. Well, Lyft would have owed this driver an extra $8 to $10. Well, but if you do it now, look at the right-hand screenshot, still take the tip out, you're still left with 47. Take the 16 out of 40. Now you're left with 31. At 31, the 70/30 split, right? Driver made 21 and Lyft made 30%. And that was it. It fits it beautifully.
Damn.
Like, no, 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 no. I like one more no. Hocus
No.
pocus.
A lot of hocus pocus.
A lot of no's. But so Lyft, yeah. Send me a explanation for this. Maybe there is one. I couldn't come up with it, and I wanted to come up with one, but I couldn't come up with it. So please, everyone, take screenshots.
I usually can try to figure something out. The only thing I can figure out is cooking the numbers. That's it.
Well, I played with the tip, Chris. I played with the tip for 20 minutes. Like if I added to this, took it out to this, it came really close on the first one, but it came to 459 instead of 462. What I did is I go, okay, add the 1180 to 462. Does it add to 1648, right? Did they steal his tip like somebody said in the thing? It didn't add up. So I'm going like, okay, that's not it. The tip didn't disappear. I asked him, did you still make 3346 with the tip? He goes, yeah. But he goes, according to 7030, with the first set of numbers, they would have owed me another $10. And I'm going like, yep, they sure would have. And now they don't. I mean, driver still made the 3345. Nothing changed in his world.
The only thing I don't get is where did the tip go on the second screenshot versus the first? Because it still should be in there.
Not sure. Because
you know what I mean?
rider pay is still the same.
Well, the rider pay is still the same, but the tip, and where it says the tip and your earnings.
I'm not going to say they stole the tip. I'm not going to, because if you add the tip to the 462 to external expenses, it doesn't add up. If you look at if you deduct it from 3271 1180, it doesn't come up to estimated Lyft fee either. I couldn't make any sense of any of this. However, I know the number. Okay, when a trip is done, there's an external fee, there's a Lyft fee. After external fees, there's a 70-30 split. We get it. It's pretty clear. Why did the numbers change is the question. I have no idea. So, yeah, if you guys, where do you send the screenshot? Sergio at therideshareguy.com. Send me all of these. Pennies, dollars, whatever difference is. My point, it shouldn't change. It should not change. External fees should not change after the trip. And once external fees changes, of course, estimated Lyft fee is going to change as well, automatically. They're brother-sister lineups over there. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at the estimated external fees going from 462 to 1649, that's the exact difference that the estimated Lyft fee went down by. Though that math matches, by the way, which will fall into the 70-30 split. So it's pretty simple math. It's not rocket science.
Basically, it just took the Lyft fee, put it in the external fee, and you're real close to that 70-30 split now.
Absolutely.
That's the only thing I could possibly think of.
That is the only thing. That is the only thing. There's nothing else.
But yeah, and then I mean, obviously, I don't know what's going on with this tip here.
I don't either.
It should still be there.
Should be, because the rider fare did not change, which includes the tip. So all I want to know is, if you guys are seeing this, please send me this. Maybe somebody said it's a glitch facetiously. I'm sure. I mean, it's edge case.
It's an edge case.
All that stuff. Look, I want to solve this as much as anybody else, because that driver has a point. By increasing the external fee and lowering the Lyft fee, that $10 that he's owed on top of the tip, on top of the fare, is not going to be there for him. Which is not kosher, not cool.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club, with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.